I'm here with Laurence Damiani from Comgo. We're at the ANZ building here in Docklands for a fantastic event. So, Laurence, please tell us about Comgo and what it's all about.
So Comgo is a trade finance platform, multi-banked, the largest multi-bank trade finance platform, I should say, in the world. We acquired our largest competitor in 2021. We have over 20,000 users on the platform. We have about 100 banks, about 200 corporates, and our main role is to facilitate the digitization of data between a bank and a corporate to help the ecosystem of trade. We have a suite of products that provide for that, whether it's the trade services products of letters of credit, guarantees, or whether it's doing some more financial stuff like discounting of LCs or guarantees and things like that. Yeah. But our main thing is to innovate and bring trust to the ecosystem of trade finance. We were recently awarded Best FinTech in Trade Finance 2024 from the Global Trade Review. So we're very proud of that. Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Laurence, let's talk about today's event because it's a wonderful segue. I mean, today's event is really about trying to educate, increase awareness in Australia about what's possible in this trade finance space. Obviously, you're global leaders. How do you see the key outcomes of today?
Absolutely. So I think the outcomes and the structure of the day, as you read through it, was talk about where we're at in the digitization journey. How is it compared to the global journey that's happening in terms of the first session that Andrew ran? I think Australia has some catching up to do, and I think this kind of kicked off the sessions around, well, yes, where we're at, but what are the elements and building blocks that we needed to get there? My session in particular was about building trust, because the problem with digitization is you can't see the paper, you can't hold it in your hand, you can't stick it in your pocket, you can't do whatever it is. And so people need to be trusted that what they're seeing digitally is enforceable, it's genuine, you can't change it easily, all those things. And I think having someone like Peter on the panel or Holly that are at the coalface of talking to people or delivering technology, and then having the practicality of Sasha with just what the Border Force is doing, because digital identity, and admittedly we focused a lot on the individual, the actor, so to speak, not on the corporation, but to get people into the country, to get goods into the country, that type of thing, that's the practical nature of the application of what they guys are talking about. So you see that whether it's through. So I think the event is just amazing to bring awareness. I think the attendance of it, I think what you need to realize is that most people usually say thank you for the lunch and go, but everybody stayed on, so I think it was great.
Yeah, you're right, Laurence. The engagement's been wonderful. The questions from the audience has been engaging. So, I think Australians can be a little bit risk averse when it comes to this type of thing. What do you say about companies who are worried about things like cybersecurity and those type of things for trade tech?
Companies should be worried about cybersecurity. It is there. I think at a personal level, not personally, but personal to us, kind of the individual level, I think our institutions, whether it's financial or insurance or whatever, are expecting even elder people to understand what's going on, and you hear myriad of conversations where tech-savvy people get caught up of transferring $90,000. I mean, it's really spooky, isn't it? It's really spooky. So when you get to that level, that it's still happening there, and then you look at, companies not doing the investment that they need to do to foolproof their things. So ISO, NIST, FAMEX, those types of things. It's a problem because they don't want to do the investment. It's hard to do it. They don't have the resources, particularly some of the smaller companies. So how you do that more automated is probably a thing to look at. I think the banks are even problematic in terms of doing it, and I think government is taking the lead in terms of trying to, if you deal with them, up the ante in terms of how they're doing them, and that permeates through the market, basically. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Laurence. I know that they're just about to give, I think, the last raffle draw, but thank you so much for being a valuable part of today's event.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, everybody. I enjoyed it. Thank you.